So guys, Odumeje is currently being celebrated on the social media because news has it that he was among those that Tinubu approached for the city boy movement. But guess what? Odumeje turned them down. He turned down the offer they offered him. Odumeje is standing out today on the social media. You know, so many people are saying that even though people say Odumeje is a fake prophet, Odumeje does not speak good English, but Odumeje has proven to be a man of integrity. You need to hear for yourself what Odumeje said in this video. It makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, what Odumeje said in this video has kept Nigerians talking. Take your time and watch this video. He has exposed the Nigerian government. He has also complimented Nnamdi Kanu for, you know, the fight against Biafra and all the persuasions they are persuading him to submit. And Nnamdi Kanu has refused. He has said so many things about the oil in the southeast, that the oil that is in Imo State is enough to take care of the Imo. But guess what? Tinubu is telling Cubana chief priest that the Tinubu's government is going to remember the Igbos, is going to remember Southeast. So they are taking our oil and they are telling us that they are going to remember us. Can you imagine? Odumeje had to break it down. That do you know what it means that you own oil and somebody will come and take the oil? Then you will now go to beg the person to give you at least a little, some crumbs from that oil. You know, that's exactly what is happening now. Tinubu is busy giving money to Cubana chief priest and Obi Cubana and the rest of them to campaign for Tinubu. The same oil money that is coming from Imo State is now being given to Wo Imo people. Can you imagine? No federal program, no federal projects in the southeast. The southeast has been dumped for years, but yet they take our oil. So guys, Odumeje has spoken like never in this video. Now you will get to start giving this man some respect. Honestly, he has proven that he's not that cheap, because they wanted to use him. You know, they wanted him to join the city boy influencer so that he will also talk to his audience and all his members, both in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, and use his influence to get more people to support Tinubu. And in case you don't know, report has it that nurses in Lagos State are being coerced to join APC movement to support Tinubu. So if you are a nurse, you are working in any of the hospitals in Lagos State, you are forced. In Enugu State, we heard that teachers are being forced to join the APC. Now we are hearing that nurses in Lagos State are being forced. Now you also know that in Osun State, the governor of Osun State refused to join the APC. Tinubu has withheld his local government money. So guys, a whole lot is happening. Tinubu wants to come back at all costs without having any meaningful achievement he has achieved in 4 years. Tinubu wants to come back. I'm going to allow you to listen to what Odumeje has got to say and what other people have also got to say. But guess what? Many people are applauding Odumeje for having stood out and he didn't join the city boy movement. The people who saw Nigerians being killed on a daily basis and they are supporting Tinubu so that the killings will continue. I tell you, this is blood money that they are collecting. The blood of all the innocent killed by terrorists that Tinubu has sat down so complacently without reacting. The blood money is not something Nigerians should taste. I mean, anyway, guys, just listen to what Odumeje said and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
And I'm sorry for any man in this Nigeria that are rejoicing for what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is doing everything for you. If it is game, everything in Nnamdi Kanu, that means his business is already enter. Now he's about to name his price and they will pay him. Every Nigeria must praise that man. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for everybody, because all these people you call senator, governor, they are there eating your own resources with them and their family. That is why they don't want you to divide the country, because these six, they are using your resources. Look at Imo State. Imo State don't even know what they have. Why should the president are coming there every time? Imo State have oil. The whole Imo State is supposed to go and fight for their oil. Imo have oil, but they don't know that that oil are taken by the federal government in the name of Nigeria, eating their own resources. That Imo State, or the whole Imo State, every son and daughters of the son of the soil of Imo State, the government must be paying you salary and give you a job. That is why you see all those men telling you, hey, don't divide. Why should Nnamdi Kanu we feel remorse? Remorse of who? People that you're using one Nigeria, taking what belongs to you. Look at Abia State. Abia State. Aba. Look at the little money from their own resources they are getting. What if you have freedom? If we have freedom, We don't need to begging people from our money, from our resources, to give us our resources to use to develop our own country. You are begging somebody to give you your own money, your resources to develop your country. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting. If it's for deal that he play game, his own game is already entered. Now he will name his price. They will pay him and he enters home. They are angry against him. All the politicians is because an Igbo land, because he refused to do politics. He refused to submit to join them. He said, no, I want these people to be free. I want this Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. There's no way these people are made to be together, because there is no love in themselves. But because all the people, the senator, the governor, the president, because of one Nigeria, they are taking what belongs to you and eating your own resources and using it to build their family and also train their children that are not Nigeria, that are not the true son of the land, fallen children, training them in a good school in overseas. But you are going school in this country. Look at you, look at the people. You feel remorse for who? People that are using you, that they will feel remorse. His anger is because we are living like a fool that we don't know. Look at how people are negotiating with the bandits. It's because they don't want the people to spoil their business. That is why they are settling people that are supposed to be killed. And they saw a president, they saw a governor, even I saw the son of president. They sit down with a criminal, a bandit, a man that kidnapped people, and you let her go and beg him and pay him. Can you stop kidnapping? Can you stop the bandit? You called him and begin to beg him, please, how much I will pay you so that you can release people you kidnap. The person will say, this business, the work. This is the kind government and the leader and the president you have. Okay, we died many years ago. We are fathers. This is our country. And we talk too much. It's high time we shall come out for protest. We fight for our light. Take the government out of these old people. They are there. All these things. I'm a senator, I'm a governor, I'm a president. They are there for themselves. Do you know what they call leaders? Look at the way the country is. Since I have told, nothing have ever changed. The food is skyrocketing. No job. Meeting upon meeting. Which meeting? Meeting to borrow monies. The money you are borrowing, the government use our name as the Nigeria, use our name borrowing money in our head. Now all those money they borrow, my money is there, your money is there, it's on your head. They borrow it in the name of one Nigeria and go and borrow the money. It is your money. They use your name. They use you to go and borrow that money. If God did not send the man, Nnamdi Kanu, why did all the man saying is true? It tell you that flan, all these people will rise. It tell you when those things are not happening. And it tell you that who will take over the government, the leadership as a president is Tinubu. And it tell you that the person that will work it at is the INEC chairman. He said everything because it's a God that has sent him to come and liberate you from this bad Nigerian government. I am sorry for any human being that is not praying or standing for that man, nnamdi kanu. If it is a game, he have already the game has worked. Now we will name his price. They will pay him, and he will go home. But he said, "No, I am not for game." These people, it's happening in the time of Moses. Moses have that opportunity, but God will send him. Moses is not a pastor or a man of God. Moses is a man that was born in a city that is sure that people has hijacked the city and make these people to begin to work for them, building their country and use their own strength that they will use to build their nation, building another nation in Egypt. Moses said, "No, I must save my people." That is why God used Moses to bring, even when Egypt, even when Israel are fighting him, they did not know what they're fighting about. Israel later confessed, "Oh, Moses, why you don't allow us to die in Egypt?" Do you know people that is fighting for later say to Moses, "Moses, why you do not allow us to die in Egypt? And you bring us out here to die in desert." That is what we are doing to our brother today. Imo State, yeah, we have oil, but do you know that Imo State do not know that they have a resource that will feed all the whole Imo State and give every sons and daughters of Imo State their salary without even you working? But that oil is not managing by Imo State. Everything going to Lagos. Everything going to Lagos. In the name of one Nigerian that don't exist. I pray for you. May God fight your battle. May God fight your battle. We are not glowing up. We glow up and begin to know why politicians are begging you. Do you think they are begging you because they love you? Nah, lie. Because they are using you. That is why election, you will see where they will hana ngoka. If onye da afwanya a politician, man election look at a few be na ngoka. Say, how are you? Suta Megan. Oh. If ufana main load fana yara ne lea ko gri ne ria ko se ona agbo na main load ona ka doje kwa agadi nwanya ebe ono elo suta me businessmen, because they are using you. Well, Abia State, if you are a reporter, Sheikh them when we're freedom, you are now taking your own resources to work for yourself. In your own resources, mother pionyaga or that chiaga, is here because I'm calling your quan again because I am under on a Kenya Londozo. Is here, thank you, sir. In your own money, your resources. We are very stupid. All the whole youth of this country, let us arise and take back our country and decided how we are going to do this. Thank God that everything in Nnamdi Kanu has tell you is already happening. Are you not seeing the Fulanis everywhere who are the ones supplying them such sophisticated weapon? It is the people that they know. They use it for politics. Take care, man. Any promises ni na nenya. You mo go over. Promise your Nnamdi Kanu. All of them are angry with him because he did not want to take the bribe and join them. If it is a game all over, guy ya bago. You need to say name the price. Akwa you go on our of country. You go one desert. And there are people that don't want you to be free. When we sit down and begin to ask God so many things, And I tell you, Yoma, I saw when our brother confessing fear, how fear, our billionaires say, if we want to confess fear, Segena iyebula alaji nweta alamajeri. Outside, nobody loves you. Nigeria, Igbo, Yoruba, when I love Libya, it's better we tell ourselves truth. If a marriage cannot be in love, on a separate, they be divorce. Look at how people carry gun, pursuing people in the name of Nigeria. Open aboard this one Nigeria. Can all these people carry gun and pursue us? There's no way they can enter our own country. If you carry that gun, you carry them for your people. We'll be watching you people in our own net. That not people are fighting, no. If we are killing ourselves, you know we are fighting ourselves. No politician, no one loves you. They are there for their business. No one loves you. That is why in the election, you see them, how they will be good to you. They will be humble. They say, how are you? You will see them inside village where they have never go for one day. And going inside the village, you see where a woman and and all they say, Ugusi kwake that they did not love you as a politician. Or say same picture, oh, who post to an internet yours, boy. He was a good man. No politician is a good man. If they are good to you, if politicians, they love you, people that want to represent you, they will give you 24 hours. Go to their houses, all of them have 24 hours light. Their children are going to good hospital. They have a doctor in overseas. If their children are getting with sick, they travel. Why can't they give it to you if they love you as a politician that go to represent you? Many of them buy jets because they know that the road is not good. A government that loves his people, what the government must bring is development. 24 hours light. I've been saying it. Good load, jobs, paying the people from their own resources. That's why they saw one man where they fight for his people. They try everything possible to get that man. He's one of a man in Delta. And only thing they start to go and bribe him. Because the man fighting for his right, you know that the oil is from themselves. They have the oil. He's one of a strong man in Delta. They went and settled him immediately. Always pray. Only one person, I repeat it, that love you so much. Outside Igbo, Yoruba, is nnamdi. He wants everybody to be free from the bondage of cabals. Why you saw them telling you stories that look like it's truth? Because it is a business to them. Jelam, Kelam, Jelan, Kelam. Why they are saying Kelam, Jelam? Anybody where you see speaking against nnamdi is the highest enemy you have. Enemy of progress. People that don't believe, when you people don't believe in freedom that everybody connected, it will harm a lot of people. It will harm a lot of people. I stand to say, because heaven know that they send me to stand for that. I can never stay without saying what God tell me to say. But let me tell you, the danger that is coming in Igbo land, the danger that is coming. keeping him there, and all of you people that gather and say kill him because you people are enjoying, hey, do this, the danger that is coming. A lot of people shall feel the pain, and pray that nothing happened to him, because if anything happened to him, that one shall be worse. And it's a man that sacrificed his life, and he have tell you, even if he's alive, Biafra must come. Even if he died, that one will be very fast. It will come fast. For you to know the kind person, clap your hands for Nnamdi Kanu. Is your hero.
All right, so make it make sense that you have been in power for 4 years, and after 4 years you are campaigning for re-election. But instead of you to campaign with the work that you have done in these 4 years, you are using rice to campaign. You are getting influencers to campaign for you. You are arranging city boys movement, city girls movement here and there, getting the hottest bodies in town to come and campaign for you. Make it make sense that in all 4 years you still need people to convince people to vote for you. The people are supposed to be begging you to remain in power. But because you know that in that 4 years of being in power, you did not achieve anything, that is why you need influencers. You need to set up a city boys movement where you get the influential people that came out of this region to gather their people, to rally their people for you. It's a shame. It's a shame. The other day I saw the president's son. They share rice. I see him say Olomo too. They share rice to market women. And I'm like, do you need to do this? All you had to do was to use your first 4 years to do the best. To do not even the best, to do the least. Let's say security. Now a lot of people don't know that if you check statistics, do your research, the amount of people who buy during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, the one who don't buy for this Tinubu regime, don't double that one by far. Goodluck Jonathan regime, check the incidents. The biggest was the Nyanya bomb blast, followed by the Chibok girls. Then we get the Madala, then we get the MAP. But this Tinubu regime, we won't even talk about the recent events. We happened just in 2025 alone. Niger State, they go school, go carry over 100 and something. They go KB, Abina Kasina, they go pack girls. They enter CAC church for Kwara State. That's in Kwara again. They don't burn one full community down. They don't still go there yesterday again for Kwara State. They don't carry over 30-something people. This same Niger State again, they don't still go yesterday again. On Friday, they don't pack 50-something people. This is not just recent events alone. Now let's not even talk about the people who don't buy for Jaws and for Benue. That one and a constant thing. I said the least they would have done was security. But make it make sense that after 4 years, you are still gathering celebrities, influencers, paying left, right, and center to get people to come and convince, looking for people that have followers to come and help you campaign. It's a pity. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame, honestly. Go and look at Rwanda. Paul Kagame comes unopposed because of the work Paul Kagame have been doing in Rwanda. It's people, they don't want to see another person because they know what Rwanda used to be. That's if at all President Bola Ahmed Tinubu no do anything. If to say he just solving security problem, it go easy for people to do business. But nah. Now you are getting people doing different strategy here and there just to get votes. When they get people who get money, billionaires they speak up on now. I am a Siwaju 2027. I am a city boy. You don't need to do all of that if you have done the needful. Now let's talk about the president. How many times did they stay for country? How many times? This shall not be say very dark man want insult or you want talk rough. No. But ask yourself, how many times President Bola Ahmed Tinubu dey dey Nigeria? Is he fit to still be our president? These are the questions. He went to Turkey. He fell down. He's not fit physically anymore, based on what we saw. Based on what we saw. You dey waka dey fall. How many times is he in Nigeria? We do Happy New Year, our president know the country. Our president know the country. Check him now. And 2027 now you are campaigning. And you are saying that this person will do better. Do what? Do what? Think about it. Everything. Me, I'm looking at the main promises. Oh, we are going to stop subsidy, and then we are going to use the money to do X, Y, Z. Till tomorrow, we know they see anything on I don't do. Till tomorrow. Even una APC, make una sit down, una reflect. Which one I don't really do. Do you need people to help you campaign if you have done what you needed to do? Seeing you people campaign is even embarrassing. Now you go back actors. Now Nasabi. Now Nasabi. The only advice I have to my fellow Nigerians, please, in 2027, vote from the place of pain and what you have experienced in these last 4 years. Don't let some celebrities, because you love them, you are following them, don't let them come and deceive you with fake promises. Most of them, they don't collect for their pocket. A lot of them don't go sign deals. If you campaign for me in 2020, after we win, we are going to give you this. We are going to give you this. Most of you that they would deceive, you people are coming out for different rallies. Left, right, and center. They'll come, they'll deceive you now come for rally. They'll promise you now one small thing. After this, they don't need you anymore. They don't need you anymore. Once they don't secure what they want, they don't go. Now, Nasabi, my own, you want I won't beg. You could at least pause. Wanna reflect if you not deserve to still be in power. Peace and love, don't play. Now be say now where they want mumu. People will be say they want the. You know what? Don't play. Bye bye.
Ordinarily, insecurity represents the biggest threat to the citizen and the state. And you do not allow insecurity to grow and develop on the scale that it did. We have tolerated threats to the lives of citizens and their properties and the peace of this country for too long. Principally because I think the quality of leadership we have enjoyed since perhaps going back to 2007, 2008 has declined. If you don't have good leaders, they don't have the capacity to detect threats, they don't have the capacity to mobilize reactions against that threat, they don't have the capacity to think through and see whether the threat is actually a cause or a symptom of a problem. And so we've tolerated too many things, and when you tolerate a threat, it develops and grows, and it mutates, and it becomes something else. It's not just the northern part of the country. Let me remind you that as far back as about maybe 12 years, 13 years, the southeast has been literally no man's territory. We have allowed the citizens there to live under all sorts of threats and intimidation. This stay-at-home thing has been in existence in the southeast for close to a decade. Where has been the Nigerian government? Look at the northern part of the country. Umaru Yar'Adua ordered shoot at sight. In 2009, during the uprising, Muhammad Yusuf's people, days of rioting, killings in Maiduguri, the military asked the president to approve shoot at sight, and he did. And Muhammad Yusuf was arrested. He was the then leader of Boko Haram. He was arrested, interrogated by the military, arrested by the military, interrogated by the military. They got all the information they needed, handed him over to the police, which promptly just shot him. Videoed the shooting and shot him, and along with other people. His people ran away.
Extrajudicial killing, more or less.
His people ran away, went underground. Now you would think a leadership that is thinking would follow these people. Said, how come Muhammad Yusuf's people, they all disappeared? They went underground. Apparently they underwent more thorough training, more deeper indoctrination, and they became hardened, and they became armed. Until that time they weren't armed. And they came back to Nigerian state to fight the Nigerian state. President Obasanjo and Senator Shehu Sani visited them on their own, obviously with, I'm sure, the knowledge and the support of President Jonathan. They engaged some of the leaders of Boko Haram in Maiduguri, and they asked what they wanted in order to stop this. If my memory is correct, they gave them 4 conditions. Prosecute the people who shot our leader Muhammad Yusuf extrajudicially. And at that time they had been arrested. They were here in Kuje, in Abuja. Everybody knew them. They were policemen. Rebuild the markers. That was his home in Maiduguri, which had been demolished and turned into a toilet in the middle of Maiduguri. Stop harassing our families, our wives and our children, and leave us alone. We just want to preach, and we don't want to fight. 4 conditions. The administration didn't believe that those were all these people were fighting for. Down the road, a year after, President Jonathan set up a huge committee, of which I was a member, called it the Presidential Committee on Dialogue with Boko Haram, and told us, go after these people, sit with them, and resolve this problem. Just think, one side in a conflict sets up his own team, sends that team to go and meet the enemy, and says, ask the enemy what they want, and solve this problem. For what it was worth, we went. Very powerful committee. And we spent a lot of time just trying to engage these people. Eventually, what we were able to establish from them were the same 4 things that they told President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo, about 2 or 3 years later. Prosecute Muhammad Yusuf. As at the time that we were in that committee, these people were still in prison here. Rebuild the markers. The markers had not been rebuilt. Release our wives and children that you are detaining in police stations. As the time the committee was working, if you remember, between 2012, 13, 14, 15, were the high points at all the bombings here in Abuja, all over the country. So you had a leadership with a very poor reading of the situation, and quite possibly some level of corruption, because there were people who were making money from this. You had an ineffective appreciation of what the problem was. And it grew from Boko Haram. People saw an avenue. The Nigerian state is weak. This is the Nigeria that would go to another people's country and solve their problem.
Sierra Leone,
Yes, we sent troops. We sent troops to those countries, put out their fire and come back.
Yes.
And yet you had a ragtag army that had transformed into a virtual real threat. It was taking over huge parts of Yobe, Borno, Adamawa, Taraba. And from then on, when you open the window, all sorts of threats come in. So, as I said, it's a combination of all 3. You have poor leadership. You have a state that has become so weak because corruption has eaten it up, including corruption that affects your fighting capacity. And the collapse of quality in the people who are leading Nigeria, both in the north and in the south, continued. As we speak today, if you ask a northerner who has some knowledge, who is the leader in the north? Who? In constitutional terms, they'll tell you it's the vice president, Kashim Shettima.
Yes.
But what does Kashim Shettima do under this administration? I respect the man a lot, but in effect, very little. Not just him. No vice president really does much, unless the president tells him. Quality of the North the quality of leadership in the North has tremendously declined. Its social problems, economic problems have grown, and so naturally, because all these problems, emirs and chiefs and the clerics have been compromised by a very poor political process. The North has degenerated. And it's the same thing as I began by saying, it's not just the North. There are huge parts of Nigeria where this collapse is also virtual. In the Southeast, I'm very familiar with, I have a lot of people and contacts in the Southeast. Tragically, two key parts of this country, the North and the Southeast, have gone under. And we have a leadership that still continues to behave as if tomorrow will wake
Business
up
as usual.
with a miracle. And the North has peace, and the Southeast has peace, and we will live happily ever after. And it's the wrong way of thinking. Problems that are not attended to will grow.
Brilliant. Some have opined that if this spate of kidnappings and killings, massacres, call it whatever, if they were happening in Lagos or Abuja or both of them, that government's response would have been swifter, would have been more decisive, more proactive, even if you will. Is this correct? Because it would seem that of everything you said, corruption, yes, because quite a lot, I mean, people responsible who are meant to be putting out these issues are feeding fat from it. They're benefiting immensely from it. In fact, some school of thought say strategic people in the chain of putting out these fires, would rather want it to continue, unabated. So the question again, Doctor, is that because there's some sort of lukewarmness in the response of the federal government. What do you have to say to this?
I'm reluctant to attribute a sectional approach to this, to be honest with you, because my facts here are not very strong. But what I can tell you is that there is a relationship between control of the state, control of state resources, and peace or security in particular parts of the country. When you say this, people would say, but in that case, the North should not have had the problem. You had Eradua, then 2 years, then you had Jonathan in between, and then you had Buhari for 8 years. Buhari didn't govern this country at all. And so when people say, but you had your own turn, and Buhari was your president for 8 years, why didn't you put an end to Boko Haram and Lakurawa and the Mahmuda group that is now terrorizing Kwara and Niger State? The truth is, I think, is that generally, that's why I made the point, the quality of people who have governed this country has declined so badly between corruption and inaptitude. You had a leadership that has simply allowed the country to rot. I'm not sure that there is any part of this country which is not under one threat or the other. None, including Lagos. Lagos has its own social problems. I mean, there may not be people who are kidnapping, but Lagos, for all its wealth and everything, Lagos could be a much safer place. Ask people who live in Lagos. Ask them how they live. It's a very difficult place to live. So, economic development alone doesn't give you guarantees. You may be safe in your house, but you can't step out. The bottom line is, Nigeria is in a very serious crisis because we have not had kind of leaders who will try to understand the nature of the problems. They are multifaceted, there are different types of problems. Some are limited to particular areas, some are across the country. The biggest threat is corruption. When you eat out the heart of institutions, your defense and security institutions, your leadership is corrupt. The people you are trusting to defend you are either corrupt or they become victims of corruption themselves. Your core social values have been eroded. Everybody does what they want because there are no consequences in this country. So good people become bad. And the criminals find it easy to settle in. This is where we are. And there doesn't appear to be anybody who's looking at Nigeria and saying, what will this country be in 10 years' time? If we continue on this trajectory, what would our children be like in the next 10 to 15 years? Would they have a country to live in? And the tragedy is that everybody's a victim. Nobody, no group, no section, no interest will escape the consequences of what is happening in this country now. And yet we have a leadership now that is saying, oh, we're on top of the situation. Even if we're on top of it, be patient, we'll be on top of this. 3 years ago, we elected a president who was supposed to have been intelligent, a schemer, somebody who has been in the corridors of power, or who has President Tinubu. And Nigerians thought, now we'll see a difference. President Buhari just sat there for 8 years, never really governed, didn't assign responsibilities, never monitored how it was doing. Things got worse. Poverty levels got worse. Insecurity levels got worse. We thought Tinubu would fix this country. He hasn't. And it doesn't look like he will. And now they're asking for another 4 years. Yeah. And so what are they going to do different from what they've done in the past? They haven't told us. And yet they're asking Nigerians to trust them. Why should Nigerians trust anybody? And this is the most destructive question you can ask. No politician has given us a single reason to trust them. You have an opposition that is yet to tell us what they will do if they get power from President. Just tell us. You are ADC or PDP or whatever. If you trust us with power, we would do this and this and that. You can hold us against it. We will do this. Practical solutions that are based on knowledge and understanding and analysis. To fix Nigeria, you need to do this and do this and this. And it will begin by us. It will begin by us.
Now, what baffles most Nigerians, including myself, when northern leaders, the elites of the north, elected and non-elected, even socio-cultural leaders, when they talk about, politics and all of that, the common strand is identity politics. Oh, it's the turn of the North. Oh, the North will not accept if there's no Northerner, if there's no Muslim, if there's no this. But, sir, like I said, data, hard, irrefutable data. The leaders of Nigeria, as pressed at the top level, 65% of them have been from the North. So the question is, are the Northern elites, because I just don't want to say governors, but Northern elites, are they actually focused on eradicating poverty, taking children to school, fixing maternal infant mortality rates? Because whether we like it or not, these are the soft issues that have created this monster. Sure. So are northern leaders actually paying attention to this particular issue, solving this problem holistically from the root side?
Well, sometimes we use this word elites rather loosely.
Because you're one of them, sir.
Yes, no. But I accept your definition of northern elite. My only issue with it, you have northern elite that are in charge of power and authority. You have other elite, people like me, who mostly remain on the margins, and sometimes we criticize. Sometimes we say this is the way to go. The damage that has been done to the quality of leaders in the North between the 70s and 80s is immense. State creation has fractured the solid qualitative leadership in the North beyond any other region. The North is big, massively productive. 95% of Northerners just don't want anything, and they just leave us alone. We do our farming, we do all that. We don't want anything from the state. They want their children to go to school. They want their infants not to die in infancy. But basically, Northerners are hardworking, honest people. Yeah. When you see them become like this, and their leaders appear to just run away from the problems rather than stay and solve the problem, you ask yourself, what happened? What happened to the legacy of these your great rulers that were murdered in 1966, and some of your military people who did very well? Yes. What happened? How come the North has no leadership? Geopolitical engineering has damaged the North. One region now has 19 states. People don't understand the implications of that. One region. now has 19 states, each one with 3 tiers of 3 arms of government. The cost of governance alone is enough to deprive these states of money to develop people. 2, the kind of people, the military bequeathed leadership, a democratic process that just literally has that lacked quality and gravitas, same as other parts of the country. But when you have a combination of poverty that is developing and growing, and a leadership that is incapable of understanding what to do about that poverty, you have what you now see as persistent and guaranteed decline. You asked a question about identity. Identity is Nigeria. Every group has identity issues. Every group. And this we and them is a Nigerian thing. It's not a northern thing. And northerners have been identified as saying, oh, we and our own. It's not just northerners. It's what defines our politics. Unfortunately, it defines it sometimes negatively. And we always tend to think if one of our own is in power, we are going to be better off. I think there's enough evidence on the ground now to show us that we're wasting our time.
Absolutely.
And we do talk to people. We say, listen, just because you have one of your own doesn't mean your group or your ethnic group, your faith, or where you come from is necessarily going to be better. 2 days ago, I was in a meeting with some very prominent persons from the southeast of the country. And during lunch, I reminded one of them who was saying, oh, you northerners, everything is about you. You don't criticize your own people. You like it. And I reminded him, in 2009, the group of which I was a spokesman, Northern Elders Forum, engineered a collaboration here in Abuja with Fenifere, Pandef, and Ohaneze, Igbo, another group. And we held a press conference here in Abuja, and we told Nigerians, don't trust President Buhari with another 4 years. If you give this man another 4 years, after the mess he has made up of the first 4 years, this country will be almost irretrievable. Openly and loudly, we said so. And we led this movement. So when people accuse, oh, they always want power, they don't want to yield power, the North wants what is its. In fairness, we demand what is fair. But we're not blind to the fact that we're just like other Nigerians too. Give us a chance and we will either mess you up.
Exactly.
The same way that you will mess me up if I give you a chance. We share a lot more in common when it comes to the bad things. It's when it comes to the good things that you now begin to identify who else is thinking of this country and who's just thinking about his tribe. And this is the problem that we have. And in this 1 year, you would see all these things come to play. Would people line up behind the candidate because he represents the best hope for this country to survive? Or would I line up behind someone just simply because he comes from that side? And you see it across the whole country. And this is one of our greatest failings in this country. This failure to recognize quality wherever it comes from and to say, look, my child will go to school if he is the president or the governor. My child will not go to school if this one who speaks my language and worships the God I worship will not go. It's a big challenge. If this country survives this 1 year, survives this election they are playing, and hopefully by 2027, we have a leadership that will think of this country for a change.
So guys, you can see what is happening. It's really so pathetic that this country is falling. I mean, this country is going down all thanks to Tinubu. Tinubu wants to become president. His lifetime ambition has been achieved. Still, Tinubu wants to do second term. Tinubu knows that it's by chance he was declared the winner of the last election. So guys, and still Tinubu wants to force himself again on Nigerians. Hey, it is really, really so sad, honestly. It is really, really so sad the way things are happening in this country. I mean, it is really, really so sad. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to take you through some of the headlines here on the social media, just to for you to have a clue of what is happening in the country. Wike taking a tour of the Renewed Hope radio station he opened for Tinubu's re-election campaign. He purchased the complex where the station is housed, bought brand new equipment for the station, and hired staff to work there 24 hours. Meanwhile, Nigeria can't fund its budget. Hey, Baba, Nigeria can't fund its budget. You see, these people, they just keep taking Nigeria for granted. Breaking news, El-Rufai seeks explanation from NSA Ribadu over alleged importation of odorless poisonous poison from Poland. Hey, God. What are we not going to see in Nigeria, guys? El-Rufai is asking Ribadu, where did you get this compound from? So, guys, let me read out some of the headlines here. For FG, not against bandit because they are doing business, not secession like nnamdi Kanu. Federal government not against bandit because they are doing business, not secession like nnamdi Kanu. Family business as usual. Hey, so guys, El-Rufai is also getting his own share of the accusation. I'm going to read out some of these reactions from Nigerians. This person here said, IMHO sequel to his earlier press conference where he alleged that NSO phone was tapped. This is a follow-up to actually confirm to them that he isn't bluffing, and if they come for him, he has a lot of information to release. So guys, El-Rufai has already threatened them that he's going to expose them. Guys, El-Rufai has threatened them that he's going to expose them, and that's exactly what he's doing now, like you can see. Now let me take you through more reaction. This person say a lie may be halfway across the world before the truth sets off, but the truth will always take over. One day all these secrets and lies will be busted and we will see them for who they truly are. Bunch of wicked, greedy souls. The evil that men do lives after them. And this person here said, whosoever advises Tinubu to throw away El-Rufai out of his administration did not do him well. Hey, this person is trying to say that El-Rufai knows a lot about them and is going to deal with them. This person here now say it's now begin to make sense why El-Rufai was screened out as a security risk and rejected from serving in Tinubu's government. This person say, I think the NSA need to respond to Malam. Keeping quiet to the allegation level against him by El-Rufai is not going to help him because silence constitutes admission. But you know these politicians, they will say, after, am I accountable to anybody? That's another thing. And this person here say, what's happening in Nigeria, sir? Now crime say we come from Nigeria. Which one is odorless poison again? Who them one use them by? I hope it's not what I'm thinking though. Because I think one man who cannot withstand, because I know one man who cannot withstand opposition. And this other person here said, El-Rufai's letter to NSA about alleged purchase of 10 kilograms of thiolum sulfate is serious if true. That's a lethal restricted toxin, but right now it's still an allegation with no public evidence. Nigerians has a long history of political poisoning rumor, which is why transparency matters. If UNSA bought it for legitimate security work, they should clarify quickly. If the claim is false, it should be addressed. Silence only fuels panic. Clear answers calms the country. And this other person here said, it's time to go into political exile if this is true that NSE, according to El-Rufai, has imported odorless compound poison from Poland, there will be a cocktail of death of political opponents and critics of government. These are serious allegations and they should be investigated. Hey, is it in this Nigeria this kind of thing will be investigated? Who is going to investigate it? Always hallucinating. Which poison is not odorless? How else will it evade dictation? That's how he was shouting that he was on Jonathan, that he was on Jonathan's sniper list. His sense of what is inversely proportional to his height. the first midgate with main character syndrome. Hey, you'll be using languages now. You don't even know if El-Rufai is trying to save Tinubu. And this person here said thallium bromide and thallium iodide are two examples of thallium halides that are employed in infrared detector and optical lenses. These gadgets are used in night vision camera, infrared sensor, and scientific measuring equipment. My personal opinion is that if indeed thallium was imported into the country by the office of the NSA, there is a strong probability that it is going to be used in surveillance, espionage, and not necessarily to harm perceived enemies of the state. Surveillance. I beg you. Surveillance. So they become most of these new lovers of Nigeria are asking foolish questions up and down there. How old are you guys when same El-Rufai accused Jonathan of importing sniper to kill opposition politician? Yes, in January 14, former Minister of Federal Capital and Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai accused President Jonathan of importing sniper and compiling a hit list of opposition politicians to be eliminated. So guys, these Nigerians are quick to remember now. So this is it, what is going on in Nigeria. And now this other person said it has become an all-out Cold War between El-Rufai and the government of today. The former isn't going to be put onto his back without putting up a fight as expected. I can say the allegation is untrue, for we know how shady these political actors can be. So guys, I think that is just it for now. El-Rufai himself should, NSA should help himself to come and address the nation and tell us, Mr. Man, how did you get the chemical that is being talked about? How did we get here? That's what Nigerians want to know. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.